I'm Blackstar. I would like to talk about Supergirl, specifically the TV show, though I may complain about the current comic, but this is relatively minor. To start with, let's talk about what they're doing with the TV show, or rather, the version of Supergirl they're using. There have been many. She's a very old character. They're kind of mashing two versions. They're mixing the Linda Danvers version and the Kara Zor-El version. And the Kara Zor-El version is the most current version. Linda Danvers was a pre-crisis version of the character who is stupid version of the character. They're mostly doing the Kara Zor-El version. They're just mixing in light elements, mostly the last name. Let me just start this by saying I love Supergirl. Okay, I do. I love everything about that character. Love her way more than her cousin. I like that for a while she was even more powerful than her cousin. I like that in the New 52 she had a power to release all of her solar energy in one massive burst. And I love that they mixed all of that perfectly with the fact that it was mostly just raw power. She wasn't particularly experienced in combat, and when she went face to face with Wonder Woman, despite the fact that she had way more power than Wonder Woman, she still got her ass kicked pretty hard. And I mentioned that because I have no inherent problem with Supergirl being like not an all-powerful god. That's not what I expect out of a TV show. I don't want her to be perfect at everything. I can accept her defeat, even enjoy it. Wonder Woman beating Supergirl was one of the most fun moments in all comics. Because she's just sitting there talking about, oh, I'm so much more powerful than this woman. I've got so much more power than her, and then she gets beat in like 5 seconds. It was wonderful. The TV show version, it lacks all of that nuance, I guess to be the word. I mean, she gets her ass kicked a lot. Like a lot. But it doesn't make any sense. She's portrayed as more powerful and in some cases more skilled, but still gets her ass kicked just because the plot requires that the first encounter, she always gets her ass kicked, or they get away. And it makes no sense. When you're working with a character like Supergirl, I mean, you gotta be precise when it comes to the power thing, what her power levels are, what she can do with them, what she can't do with them. And right now, they like Jessica Jones did, so that it's all over the place. Who knows what her power levels are? I mean, we know she's more powerful than this person, but is she more powerful than that person? Who can say? Her power level is really only the start of the problems with Supergirl. There's all sorts of problems, like when it comes to the message that the show tries to send. I mean, the way she's portrayed is she's a strong, powerful, like they're going for a whole strong, powerful, independent woman thing. But while she's Supergirl, you got Hank Henshaw and her sister, who dictate her every move, tell her, no, you can't do that. Yeah, sure, go do that. Hey, go fetch me this thing. And while she's Kara Danvers, she's got her boss, Cat Grant, telling her basically the same thing. And her boss is a mean, abusive, like awful human being. And I don't really even blame Cat Grant. I blame Kara. Because it'd be one thing to work for a shitty boss. Like, I get it, times are tough, you gotta rough it out. But it's another thing to go out of your way for that boss. Kara has, like, volunteered to take care of her kid. She forced a reconnect with with her long lost, with like her estranged son, and done all these other things. She often goes to bat for this really crappy boss. Her boss that's so crappy that two two out of the three people who work for her who have superpowers are trying to kill her. The only one who's not is Kara herself. The other two who got powers are trying to kill the boss. That's how bad of a boss she is. But they portray Kara as defending her, and for no reason except for, the usual really brief moments of, oh, but actually I've got a heart of gold. Oh my god, it makes me bullet to the brain. I mean, it just, there are two versions of the character that I absolutely love, and they are two very different versions of the character. Version one is pre-52, when she comes to the planet, and she's found by she lands in Gotham City, and she's found by Batman, so she's confused for a bit, and eventually Batman brings her back to the cave, and then she meets Superman, and they go in this whole thing that ends with her being training with Wonder Woman on Amazon Island. Now, this version of the character that after the Amazon Island thing basically is traveling the world trying to figure out her place in the world. Like, everyone just assumes, oh, she's Superman's cousin, she's a superhero. But she's like, do I even want to be a superhero? I mean, I'm trained to be a superhero, but is that what I want to do with my time on Earth? And so it's basically her trying to figure out life on Earth. She tries like high school, and that's not really her thing. She tries superheroing, and that's not really her thing. And eventually, she lands on superheroing, but that's after the whole like 2-year long journey and connecting with people like Power Girl and Superboy and Captain Boomerang 2 and Wonder Girl, and having all these talks about their place on Earth. And it's a wonderful exploration of the character. Love it. It is perfect. The other version, which is drastically different than that, is the Supergirl of New 52, and she lands in Siberia, I believe, and she's much old. She's 24, so older than the pre-52, and she gets here and she's just angry. She's angry at everyone. She's angry at her cousin for not being able to speak Kryptonian very well. She's angry at him for not giving her information about Krypton. She eventually finds out it blew up. And then she tries all these different ways to try to save it, and eventually hooks up to this evil guy who wants to destroy the Earth and use Earth's sun to bring back Krypton. And that's how she eventually came to blows with Wonder Woman and the Justice League. And eventually after that, she kind of simmers down and kind of works to find her place on Earth. But for a long time, she was just angry. And then after that, while she lost like all of the anger at the planet itself, she still had like a very kind of aggressive personality, and I will admit that took me some time. Like at first I was like, oh, why are you like this? But then I stopped and I was like, you know what? She lost everything. Like I realized her loss is literally the same as Superman's, but not actually. Because she had 24 years on Krypton. 24 years of memories of friends, of her parents, even her baby cousin, where Kal-El had nothing. He spent his entire life on Earth. Earth is really old now. And so then it kind of made sense that she was not absolutely in love with the low-tech ways of Earth and like assimilating to this completely different culture. In neither of those versions did she have a secret identity, and in neither of those versions did she really have a job, which really helped the character because I don't know, like there's something about seeing like Clark Kent with all this power, like just at the Daily Planet, that it doesn't work for me. Like I get that that's his thing, I do, but I can't get behind it. And Superboy pretty much does that same thing, where he's like, doesn't really have a job, he doesn't really go to school except for pre-52, where he just like he does stuff, but it's not that stuff. And there's a case to be made about relatability in that case. Like, how can I possibly relate to this character who doesn't do anything that I do or anyone else does? But you don't have to relate to them on that level. I can relate to Supergirl feelings about being in a new place, about giving up your home, your friend. I can totally connect with her on that level. All of that is completely lost in the show. Like, all of it is drained because she came here at 12 and she did, for at least by this point, she's lived more on Earth than she had on Krypton, and it takes away so much from the character. She becomes this cookie cutter, basic kind of becoming a hero story, and I don't know what it is with DC and Origin, but I really don't like them. Like, when I think of DC characters, I like to see them kind of already on their flow. Because there's something about Supergirl, all of that character, that, like, she's an alien. Like, these powers have been a part of her for as long as she's been on this planet. And we're supposed to believe a random plane crash is what inspired her to become a superhero after all these years of living life on the planet out of nothing. It just, not only does it seem unlikely, it's just stupid. She's not even exceptionally good at it. Her reasoning is not great. Like, listening to her, like, try to explain to another alien, like, we should be helping these people, is like, lady, you just started this like 2 months ago after years of doing nothing. How the f are you gonna try to lecture this guy? I mean, yeah, really, that's just the start of my problems with the character. I mean, they prop her up as some sort of great role model, but she spends most of her entire day getting crapped on both sides by her bosses, and she's got three bosses, and they all treat her like crap, really. And even her sister character, who I hate for reasons I'm not going to get into in this video, um, is really there just to keep a leash on her. I mean, that's really all she does. She's there to say military jargon and keep her sister in check. I mean, one of the inherent problems with Supergirl is that there aren't superheroes. Like, that world, this TV show doesn't have lots of superheroes. And Supergirl is one of those characters that needs other superheroes around. I mean, not just her cousin, though obviously that is a factor. Like, Superman needs to exist before Supergirl can. But when she's surrounded by other heroes, then you can play to, like, the expectations of others. Like, all these people who see Superman as this great guy and they're like having all that responsibility just randomly shifted onto you. Like, you could play with that, storylines like that, but there are no other superheroes. She said as much in the 4-part crossover with all the other DC shows. Like, my world doesn't really have any other superheroes. It's pretty much just me and Superman, and we're gods. And, like, yeah, it's so rough. I mean, gods of Egypt. Really, that's the beginning of my problem with Supergirl. But this video's already gone on way too long, so we're gonna end with that. Supergirl